Don't understand. You look like a woman.
I swear I've had this conversation. Are you flirting with me?
Flirting. I don't know this word. Speak the common tongue. You are a Grey Warden, so it follows that you can't be a woman.
Don't be sexist. That doesn't make sense.
So you understand my confusion, then?
Well, I'm confused.
Women are priests, artisans, shopkeepers, or farmers. They don't fight.
It's not a comprehensive list.
The laborers, soldiers, and Ashkari are men. There is nothing else left.
This is going to start a whole conversation about the Q, and I'm just going to go with it.
What does that have to do with anything? No one gets to choose who they are. Of course not. It is who I am. That's not up to me. A person is born, Gunari or human or elven or dwarf. He doesn't choose that. The size of his hands, whether he is clever or foolish, the land he comes from, the color of his hair, these are beyond his control. We do not choose, we simply are.
But they can choose what to do.
Can they? We'll see.
He approved +3. I am getting really good at talking to Sten. Well, since I'm here, let me just talk to everyone else. What's up?
What do you need? Ask away.
What do temps do?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
Yeah.
You'd think that, but it's not so. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
I'm gonna say that's horrible, because it is.
Well, they do it, and they feel perfectly justified. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templar's talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that.
It probably
Chantry
doesn't.
usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Yeah, I think the Chantry is corrupt AF. Lots of cheese. Is this all for you?
Yes. Well, here I am. What is meant by someone like me?
I'm gonna say this top one.
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
What'd you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Suspish.
What do you wish of me?
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes. By Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
No trouble?
I am unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part, or perhaps she was merely amused. I will never know. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Ooh. Surely, like, more guys would come.
Sometimes. Eventually. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place.
Makes sense.
Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Well, like, I'm a dwarf. I don't, like, totally know, so I think it's fair to ask what an apostate is.
You do not know?
I don't.
The
I
zealots
just said that.
use that word for any magic they do not control. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates, and apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
Totally fair. I would feel the same way if I were... Well, you know, I agree. I don't even need to be a mage.
I hope you're not simply being agreeable. It would be a refreshing change. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Cool. +2 approval. Okay, where should we go next? Oh, it's an attack. I like the noise it makes. No! Jeez. Reynolds' plea. If you think I'm not going to read this dead guy's journal, you're wrong. If you find this note, I beg you, please complete my task. Blah, blah, blah. My apprentice caught up to me and choked me. I beg you, delve into this ancient elven forest. Blah, blah, blah. For what? I'll do it. A cinematic.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Drama. Let me guess. You're an idiot.
Yes, that's right. I stopped you to tell you that I'm an idiot. Whew, the maker you know already. Now I can stop worrying I'll be found out.
I'm not gonna flirt with him. I'm gonna resist. It wasn't exactly a secret.
Oh ho ho. I'm trying to be serious here. Just listen. Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Arl Eamon exactly?
You said he raised you?
I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Arl Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek.
Drama.
Which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
Whoa. So you're not just a bastard. A royal bastard. That's the best dialogue option.
Ha! Yes, I guess it does it, that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it.
Oh.
I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
So that's why we had to go light a fire in a tower instead of fighting. Does Loghain know? That's a good question.
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Arl Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems he caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
She doesn't sound very nice. In fact, she sounds like she sucks.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence. I can see that now.
She felt threatened by a baby's
Can't say I
presence.
blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall. And it shattered.
Aw.
Stupid thing to do. The Owl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
That's kind of sad. Why keep it a secret? Well, I know why. He was young.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that, I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man and well-loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
As you command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
Oh, he's mad. Ugh, what a dope. Whatever, it was worth it. Oh. Wonder if I can steal from this guy before the conversation starts.
I
Nope.
thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
I have come to see Arl Eamon.
Oh. Then you don't know. Has nobody out there heard?
Heard what? I've heard the Arl is sick.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Oh.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us.
He's got a long
No
face.
Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does.
Hmm.
I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Alright. Kind of an ugly town. What is his outfit?
Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
What is he wearing?
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends.
Is this
My
like
name is
3
Tegan,
different
Ban of
shirts?
Rhaenosphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud. Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
You don't believe his lies?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Kaelan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
Okay, let me just talk about how he said no one is responding to his shouts. Like, I know they don't have phones, obviously, but the thought of him just like standing outside like, hey! Hey! That cracks me up. I think he is wearing like 4 different shirts. So also I want to talk about his braid. It's pretty cute. This is something I also do with my bangs. So what's the last thing he said? We drove them back, blah, blah, blah. What are the evil things?
Some call them the walking dead, decomposing corpses returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come with greater numbers. With Kaelan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet.
Oh.
Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
Why is Thomas still here? Like, this is really important. Shouldn't you just go back to standing on a bridge? You don't even, like, know us.
I know Alistair, and I trust those he chooses to travel with.
Oh, look at the straw.
What do you say?
I have some questions.
By all means.
That's right. Like, why don't you leave?
I tried. Our one attempt at an organized evacuation resulted in an immediate attack. Yesterday, I found out these creatures attack those fleeing on their own, even during daytime. Whatever lies in the castle wants this village dead.
Interesting. Isn't there a way to get at the source?
The castle is closed to us, its doors barred. We could storm it certainly, but what would that accomplish?
What do you
Our
mean?
numbers are too few.
Oh.
We cannot throw men at the castle walls when they are needed to protect the village.
Okay, what happens after tonight?
Once the village is safe, we will try to enter the
Waiting
castle to
for
find the source
tonight?
of this trouble.
Oh. Alright, I've heard enough.
Then you will help us?
I'll help.
There are no darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
Oh my god, Sten.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle.
Why do I have
One
so
would
many
think we
negative
had enough to
Nellies?
contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess.
Sten, Morgan. Why are the kids in
In
this
the
game
morning,
so squeaky?
We'll look for your parents.
Why,
In the morning.
Where's my father? Nobody will tell me. I want my father.
Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds?
I sure was.
My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
Oh, I found both of them. They're dead, dude.
I thought that might be the case. Thank you for telling me.
Maybe don't send missionaries into, like, the wilds.
Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
Why are you crying?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere. And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Have you tried looking for him?
I went to our house. It's by the square. He wasn't there. I searched the rest of the village too. I called and I called, but he never answered. I wonder if he ran off into the woods. I'm so worried. Without me, he has nobody.
Why would he run off?
He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
If he has foolishly run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
She should.
Nice. Maybe you want to kick her in the head while you're at it.
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Like, I'll look for him.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
Okay. Was there anything else in here? No.
It is begun.